Hello, everybody. Welcome to my presentation. My name is Luke Griffin. Today is May 1st, 2026, and the name of this course is Contemporary Communication Theory. The article I will be presenting today is titled Unequal Penalties, User Status Dynamics in the Spread of Social Media Misinformation. It was published in a Journal of Computer-Mediated Communication in May of 2026. The authors investigate how reputation hierarchies on Reddit shape the way misinformation is received, penalized, or even rewarded. Their central question is whether high-status users face stronger consequences when spreading misinformation, or whether their reputation shields them from accountability. The study's goal is to understand how users' status influences the social consequences of misinformation. Online communities often rely on visible reputation marks and such as karma scores or follower accounts, and this is just to signal credibility. The researchers wanted to know whether these markets actually protect high status users from penalties or whether they increase accountability when misinformation is shaped. The authors compared two competing perspectives. Status-based penalty perspective, which is high status users should face greater reputational risk when spreading misinformation because audience expect credibility from them. Or number two was status-based rewarded perspectives. In engagement-driven environments, high status users may actually benefit from posting misinformation as like controversial content, and it attracts more attention and they get more interactions on it. These perspectives reflect broader debates in communication theory about whether reputation enforces accountability or amplifies influence. To test these perspectives, what the researchers did was they used fake Reddit datasets, which contain 10,020 Reddit posts from 185 different users, and they analyzed two key measurements: upvotes, which was a measure of positive community reception, and discursive diversions. The degree of disagreement and conflict in comment threads was by comparing posts from high status and low status users, they could see whether misinformation was penalized or rewarded differently depending on the reputation. My key findings in this were the results were clear. Low status users, their misinformation posts received fewer upvotes and faced way more higher scrutiny for those posts, meaning there's a lot more disagreement and conflict, and in short, they were just penalized more heavily. Whereas the high status users, their misinformation posts received way more upvotes and faced way less disagreement. I mean, in some cases, they were even rewarded for this misinformation. Overall, the evidence supported the status-based reward perspective. High status users were shielded from penalties and most of the time even benefited from spreading this misinformation. These findings carry important implications. So the reputation hierarchies can distort accountability. Instead of enforcing credibility, reputation can protect influential users and allowing misinformation to spread unchecked. Echo chambers are reinforced. Communities may hesitate to challenge like the high status users when they spread misinformation because they have so much support. And that's just leading to like fewer corrections and a way more wider acceptance on their false information because of their status. And then the algorithm amplification was that upvotes and karma scores boosted visibly, meaning like the misinformation from the high status users reached way larger audiences. And the trust dynamics were just skewed. Audiences often relied on these high status people or familiarity with, rather than just fact checking, because they knew who this was making the post. They didn't think to fact check anything they were saying, they just agree with it. So the real life application on this is, one way these findings apply to real life is just in campus social media dynamics. Like, imagine a well-known student leader posting questionable information about an upcoming event. Because of their reputation, peers are going to hesitate to challenge that. They're not just going to think like, oh, like this is a good person, we should probably trust this. So leading to just fewer corrections and way wider spread. In a contrast, if a less known student posted the same misinformation, it would be more likely to be criticized or just ignored. This dynamic shows just how modernization of policies and like awareness campaigns just must account for status effects, not just content accuracy. And in conclusion, the study unequally penalized user status dynamic in the spread of social media misinformation, reveals that reputation hierarchies can spread misinformation and be shielded from any of this criticization, because instead of facing penalties, and high status users are rewarded with engaging and visibility, and this challenges assumptions about credibility and accountability in online communities. For campuses, workplaces, society at large, the lesson is clear. Combating misinformation requires not only fact-checking, but also addressing the power of status dynamics. Thank you.